What up, people? It's your man Cypher Sam here today to do Naruto Chapter 619 review. Chapter starts off, Hokages have been revived. Trying to figure out what the hell just happened, like what's going on. Second Hokage is like, that Orochimaru brat again. Like, first Hokage, like, after this chapter, he's perceived to be a lot differently than how everybody expected him to be. But I'm gonna get to that later. Um, then third Hokage is like he must have undid the Shiki Fujin and then used the Edo Tensei afterwards. Fourth Hokage had to chime in because it's his jutsu. It's like, how the hell did you pull that one off, Orochimaru? It's like, don't underestimate me because this, like, the jutsu was originally, it was my clan's. All I had to do was go study the ruins in their private documents and I figured out how to undo it. So then fourth Hokage is like, so first it seems like we all been revived. But the fourth Hokage was long dead before the fourth Hokage was even born. So he doesn't know that who the fourth Hokage is. So he's like, who is this guy? So Minato gotta sit there and introduce himself like, I'm the fourth Hokage. He's like, holy crap, the fourth. Like thinking that oh man, since he's already at the fifth Hokage, it's been the village has prospered for many years to come. And he was like, actually, I wouldn't know anything about that because I died before the third. He's like, oh, what? What? Seriously? He's like, what? Seriously? Like, I thought you got sealed together with Sarutobi. Nah, something else happened. Then he was like, so who's the fifth? Then Orochimaru had to chime in and say, oh, it's your granddaughter, Princess Tsunade. And the lack of faith that Hashirama shows in Tsunade's ability is crazy. But it's well justified because in the translation I read, he was like, Tsunade, is the village still standing? Um, and that kind of chimed into me because he's at the village just got rebuilt because it got destroyed. Like, so that was kind of funny to me. But anyway, after that, after that, he was like, how is it possible that you are using my jutsu so easily? It's like, it's not that hard once it's like a pretty simple minded jutsu. Like, so, and he's like, it's not just jutsu, it's just the way you ran shit has had a negative impact on the world itself. Like, it's even trickled down to the time we are in now. So then Toby Rama asked him, are you going to attack the Leaf again? Then Hiruzen had to jump in and was like I sacrificed my life to take away your juice, so now you're gonna bring all those back to destroy the Leaf? Nah, and then Orochimaru was like, nah, it's not like it's. Hold on, I jumped over something. Then Harashimama jumped in and was like, "This is a moral jutsu." And he's like, he begins to lecture um, Toby Rama, but Toby Rama ain't having that shit. Toby Rama's like, "Silence, brother. I am talking to the brat." That was kind of funny to me. Then then Hashirama just saw shunned over in the corner because he didn't get to say what he wanted to say, which is kind of funny. That shows how different Hashirama is than how he's perceived publicly. And then Orochimaru jumps in and he's like, nah, that's not my plan. I don't have plans to destroy the Leaf. Like, the only reason why I brought you back because this young man wants to do a little bit of inquiring, ask a few questions. It was like, so he was like, he introduced himself. He's like, I'm Sasuke Uchiha. Third eye is like Sasuke. Like, if you've been looking straight forward, I don't know how you haven't noticed the fact that that's Sasuke standing in front of you. But regardless of that, he asks the third first and foremost, like, why did you give Itachi those orders? And the third Hokage, he goes in to this deep explanation of why, why Itachi did what he did. Like, because apparently Itachi had the insight and the wisdom and the rationality of a Hokage at the age of 7, so he knew what his clan would bring about if it could continue down the path. So he never stayed bonded to the Uchiha clan, but so he was always able to see the bigger picture. So he slaughtered his whole clan. They branded him a traitor. So he slaughtered his whole clan. So a greater war would ensue that would encompass the whole village, because the Uchihas, like we already know, tried to plan a coup d'état against the Leaf. That's why Itachi killed them, so he can prevent that. But and then now we find out that he was a spy in the Akatsuki for the village. Like, I didn't know that until this chapter. I may need to do some research about that. But on the lone condition that Sasuke was protected from harm. And then Tobirama is the biggest racist against the Uchiha. It's crazy. Like, I understand his um reasoning, but damn, just everything bad. It's crazy. Like, so, like, then Tony Robin jumps in and like, I knew this was gonna happen to the damn Uchihas. And then he's like, well, Orochimaru had to jump in. It's like, well, you kind of caused this by giving them power, making their headquarters a former prison on the outskirts of the village, ostracizing them, making Madara's followers gain sympathizers and whatnot. And then Toby Rama tries to lecture him again, but Toby Rama's like, I ain't dealing with that shit. Like like I know, brother, the Uchiha clan is a cursed clan. And then he was like, it seems like you're Orochimaru asked to Hokages, like, it seems like you're all fixated on Madara. Like, did he frighten you? He's like, little one, you don't know nothing about Madara. And that's real shit, because we know about Madara. And Madara is beastly. I understand their caution when it comes to Madara Uchiha. It is understandable. So then Sasuke goes back to his question. He's like, Second Hokage, where's the Uchiha? What are they to you? He was like, there are moral enemies. He's like, well, I'm aware of that. Why you call them a cursed clan? Is because then he goes into this big explanation about how the Sharingan is activated through the power of love and losing one's love, and how the Uchiha clan and Madara, they loved so much they had to seal it off, and once they learn love and lose it, their Sharingan gets powerful and powerful and powerful, and this indomitable hatred consumes them. And that's how the Sharingan gets activated, apparently, according to Toby Rama. But we will see how this turns out. And then after that, he was like, Hashirama was like, "You're talking to a pure, innocent Uchiha child." And it's like, all I did was for the greater good of the village, and I don't regret that. And so Sasuke jumps in like I don't care what tone he uses. I'm not pure nor am I a child. First Hokage, I'll ask you, what is the village and what is the role that shinobis are supposed to fill? And that's how the chapter ends. Basically, it's a good chapter. It eases in from, you know, the big reveal of the people who know everything. I wonder what they're going to do next, because that'll be it'll be kind of suckish if, like, he brought back all these people and he doesn't. They just get. They just get. They He undoes the Edo Tensei for no reason. Like, and from what I'm seeing right now, like, the only reason why Minato would be there would have to be to answer questions about Naruto and the Kyuubi. But the first is always there. Like, the first is there as well. So we're going to see how that turns out. And but that's it for me. Um, Rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and y'all have a good one.